Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be showing you how to make these adorable mini clay pumpkins. They're super cute and it's very easy to make. But before I get into the video, I do have something that I have to mention, which is please like and subscribe. It really helps out my channel and it's free to do. Also, you can check out my Etsy store if you want to support me that way as well. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the clay project. Welcome to my dining room. So before we get started, let me go ahead and share the supplies that you're going to be needing. First, you're going to be needing some clay tools, chalk pastels, or acrylic paint. And that's about it. Now we can move on to the instructions. I will be using polymer clay for this project, but you can use whatever you have on hand. I start by cutting a chunk of clay and setting some of it aside. This chunk of clay is going to be used for the details, so we don't need it right now. This chunk, however, is going to be our pumpkin. So depending on what kind of size you want the pumpkin to be, you would add more clay or less clay. Begin making a ball shape by rolling the clay in your hands. You can then gently press down on the ball to create a flat base. To make the pumpkin's sections, use a toothpick, a clay tool, or a butter knife to gently score vertical lines on the top of the ball. Then, following the lines we made on top, continue those lines to the bottom of the pumpkin. For this pumpkin, I made 8 sections, and here is what it looks like. My pumpkin was a little too round, so I gently pressed down on it. Don't be scared to make adjustments now. It's easier to fix things now compared to after it's baked or dried, depending on what clay you use. Taking a pointy tool, we are going to make a hole on the top of the pumpkin. This will be for the stem. Take a small piece of clay from our other pile of clay and begin rolling it into a cylinder. Cut a small piece off and this will be our leaf. I want my leaves to be a little chunky, but if you rather have thinner leaves, then use less clay. Form the clay into a teardrop shape, then taking a tool with a rounded edge, gently press into the clay to make a divot into it. This is an easy way to make leaves with a simple curved shape. Now we can attach our leaf on top of the pumpkin. Place it near the hole but not covering it. Apply gentle force and smooth the base of the leaf onto the pumpkin, making sure that it's attached. Repeating these steps, you can make however many leaves you want. I made 3 because it's my favorite number. Now for the stem. Take a small piece of clay and shape it into a carrot, and place it into the hole that we made. You can also blend the base of the stem if you are worried that it will fall off. For the face, I poked 2 identical eyes using my clay tool. You could also roll 2 small balls of clay for eyes or paint them on after baking or drying the piece. As for the mouth, I took a piece of clay and shaped it into a smile. This is way harder than it looks. Before moving on, I will be using some rubbing alcohol and Q-tips to clean the clay. This will remove fingerprints and smooth the surface. However, I am not sure if you can use this method for air-dry clay, so just be cautious. Can I help you? You're in the way. I'm going to show you a simple method to color your clay using chalk pastels. Start by shaping your clay into a bowl-like shape. Next, use a sharp tool to shape the chalk pastels directly into the clay. Don't judge me, I'm using my clay cutter. I was too lazy to grab something else. Then you can knead the clay thoroughly to blend in the color, and repeat the process until you achieve your desired shade. Keep in mind this technique can get a little messy, but it's a fun and easy way to add color to your clay projects. You can also use additional chalk pastels to add more colors and shading to your pumpkins. For the larger pumpkin, I chose to brush on the pastels. There are so many ways to color your clay, so feel free to experiment and choose the method that suits your style best. Now it's time to bake the pumpkins. Be sure to check the packaging for your clay, as baking instructions can vary depending on the type of clay you're using. After baking, you can seal your pumpkins, and I will be using Mod Podge. I hope you give this project a try. It's a fun DIY for fall. I even added an eye pin to my pumpkins and turned them into charms. There are so many fun ways to use them. But that's about it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!